Welcome to Hoosac Valley High School and the Western Mass Class D semifinal tournament matchup between Pioneer Valley Christian, who comes into this game undefeated with a record of 18-0, ranked in the top 21 is 21 of Division 5 girls statewide, undefeated at 18-0, facing off against the number one ranked team in Division 5 in Massachusetts, the Hoosac Valley Hurricanes, who come in to this one with a record of 16-3. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Tim Morey, alongside of former Drury girls basketball coach John Franzoni, bringing you this semifinal matchup. And John, Hoosac Valley had an easy go of it the other night. They're going to face this team in the Eagles of Pioneer Valley Christian, undefeated 18-0. The real question all the time in these games is, will Pioneer Valley be able to match up with a very physical and experienced Hoosac Valley squad?
Right. Tonight's, I think, one of those games we always talked about where the Berkshire County teams play just a tough schedule, a tough brand of basketball. Pioneer Valley Christian, obviously 18-0 is very impressive. You can kind of get a hint at their strength of schedule because they're ranked 21st. Hoosac, obviously 15-3, is ranked number 1 in the state and has won 9 in a row. So both teams come in here on good winning streaks. I just think that Pioneer Valley Christian going to have to handle the defensive pressure, the defensive intensity of Hoosac that I don't think they've most likely seen it all during the regular season.
Right. I always look at these games sometime from the analysis of this will not be necessarily the toughest game or the toughest opponent Hoosac Valley has played all year. It probably will be for the Eagles of Pioneer Valley.
Definitely. You got to believe that this is kind of their prove-it game, right? To say, the validity of their record. I mean, they've had a great season. Now you're playing against a team that for the last decade has been a powerhouse. And how do you match up against those teams? You want to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? So they're going to see how they match up with Hoosac tonight.
And as you alluded to, John, Hoosac Valley on a roll, the Hurricanes. And I think one of the big aspects of their game over the last month or so has been the offensive emergence of Emma Meswar, who is averaging 10 points a game. She plays a lot taller than she is. She plays big. She's very strong, very powerful, and she always did all of the dirty work underneath the basket for Hoosac Valley, but now she's starting to score the basketball.
Yeah, she plays that proverbial bigger than her size. She's averaging 10 for this season, but over the last 5 games or so, I keep seeing her 17, 18. She's scoring in the high teens and really become one of their go-to players. And the strength of Hoosac, they put 5 players on the court at all times who can put the ball in the hoop, and it makes them very difficult to guard.
Well, we got a doubleheader here tonight at Hoosac Valley, as following this one, the boys will play in a semifinal matchup as well, and they'll be playing Munson for a right to go to the Class D Western Mass Championship, which will be played on Saturday afternoon. And right now, we are getting the introduction of the starting lineups for Pioneer Valley Christian.
Which is expected to be held on Saturday afternoon, most likely in either Holyoke or Westfield, Massachusetts. And now let's meet the starters for our opening game this evening. First, for the visitors from Pioneer Valley Christian Academy. At forward, a freshman, number 2, Aaliyah Sanders. At forward, a sophomore, number 10, Kylie Schmidt. At guard, a freshman, number 13, Ella Knox. At guard, a junior, number 15, Ava Knox. And at center, a freshman, number 22, Sadie Egan. The head coach is Steve Porter.
And this is a young Pioneer Valley squad, John.
Yeah, 3 freshman starters.
Right.
At guard, a junior, number 20, Ashlyn LaShore.
And Ashlyn LaShore, the point guard for Hoosac Valley, the junior, been steady all year. And there's Emma Meswar. We talked about her just a little bit.
At guard, a senior, number 22, Abby Shalama. And at forward, a senior, number
Abby Salava and Hannah Shea. And then, of course, Taylor Garabedian.
Your officials this evening are Fabio Cardoso, Mike Sweener, and Mark Cayley. At this time, fans, we ask that you please rise, direct your attention towards the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Your attention fans, the MIA and Hoosac Valley promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and all spectators. We ask your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated with grounds for removal from the gym this evening. Noise makers, horns, bells, or whistles are also prohibited or result in removal from the gym tonight. On behalf of all of us at Hoosac Valley, we thank you for your cooperation and enjoy.
And we're just about ready to go here at Hoosac Valley in this Class D semifinal matchup between the Eagles of Pioneer Valley Christian and Hoosac Valley Hurricanes. And
definitely a battle of the veterans versus the the youngsters, right? With 3 freshmen against all the veteran starters for Hoosac. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pioneer team handles the first few minutes here.
And Sadie Keegan for Pioneer Valley, just a freshman. She's a very tall young lady.
Yeah, she got some size, looks very athletic during warm-ups. So they've got some athletes on their team.
And here we go. And that tip is controlled by Pioneer Valley. And Ella Knox to her sister down the lane and score it right off the bat. Ava Knox. She averages almost 7 points a game. And they're going to call a travel.
Hey, good aggressive takes by the Knox sisters right there against the defense of Hoosac.
And Hoosac Valley is coming out with that zone press. 1-1-2-1 zone press. And the ball knocked away and will stay with the Eagles. They lead it here 2-0, just in the opening moments of this semifinal matchup. And the ball knocked away there by LeSure.
Good active hands by Hoosac in this possession already.
And tapped away there by Garabedian. That'll be an interesting matchup. The freshman and the senior, John.
Certainly going to be interesting to see if Hoosac can keep them off the boards, because Pioneer's got some good size. And then Hoosac wants to run, obviously, so you got to get the rebounds to run.
Ella Knox tied up there momentarily. And guarded by LeSure. And their ball is stolen away by Salaba. Looking for that go-ahead pass, doesn't get it. And here comes Pioneer Valley again. And Knox can't control that. It's going to be tied up, and it will go over to Hoosac Valley.
Good active hands by Pioneer in that possession, too. They're right on the ball. So they're going to settle back into a 2-3 zone.
Young Pioneer Valley Christian team. Real challenge for them tonight against this experienced Hoosac Valley squad. From the corner for 3, doesn't go. And LeSure thought about it for a second, and she's going to back it right out. And she's being hounded there on the zone. And there's Meswar. Back rims it. And you can see Pioneer Valley looking to run, and that tie ball tied up will go back to Pioneer.
Yeah, Hoosac coming out firing from the outside like they usually do. And that's always good for generating some second shots, which they took advantage of there. Just couldn't put the ball in the hoop.
And Knox now to her sister, Ella. Ella handling that ball there and looks underneath. And that pass was intended for Kylie Schmidt and knocked away. So Pioneer Valley will inbound underneath their own basket. Short jumper goes. Nice shot there by Sadie Keegan. And Pioneer Valley out to a quick 4-0 lead. Undefeated Pioneer Valley. There's Meswar. Doesn't get it to go. And tied up. And they'll stay with Hoosac Valley.
Just kind of start, if you're the Pioneer coach, is what you want. Come out, make a couple baskets early, show you can play in this game.
That's a very good point, John. And there's the inbound to Slava. Oh, she missed the bunny. And she tries to get, and stolen away by Knox. Great scoring opportunity. Long three-pointer. Off front rim, it was right on it. And here comes Slava again. Going to take it all the way to the basket. And she's fouled on the play. And Abby Slava's going to get 2 foul shots here.
Yeah, Knox looked like she had a chance to get in front of her there, and she didn't get in position for the charge. I think it's a little different, too, is that both Knox girls are very left-hand dominant, so it's an adjustment. I don't know how much Coach Frederick has seen of this team, but one of the adjustments you have to make.
Yeah, that tends to throw off, I think, especially at the high school level. Left-handers sometimes give teams difficulty.
It does, just because you're not used to seeing them as much, and you got to adjust to that attack from that side of the court.
Abby gets 1 of 2, and it's 4-1. Pioneer Valley here. 5:50 to go in this first quarter. And they're trapping, and the ball stolen away by LeSure. She's going to take it all the way to the basket with the left hand, and she's going to go to the line and shoot a pair there. I think it's very important, John, for Pioneer not to have those turnovers that lead to easy baskets.
Yeah, I don't know how much they've seen Hoosac this year, but they've already dribbled a couple times into those dangerous areas right above half court, across half court, I should say. And that's exactly where you don't want to get trapped, because you got nowhere to go.
And Ashland makes both of them. Excellent three-throw shooter. And it's now 4-3 Pioneer. Oh, almost stolen away there. Hoosac Valley throwing some real pressure now. And that pass stolen by Garabedian. She finds LeSure ahead. And that pass is wild and picked off by Pioneer. Here comes Knox. Spin dribble. Doesn't get it to go. And once again, both teams looking to run here, John.
Yeah, I think they both want to get out in transition, and Hoosac's doing a good job of creating some turnovers to get themselves into transition, but Pioneer's doing a great job of getting back and forcing them to face a set defense.
And there's going to be a violation on the inbounds.
But turnovers are starting to mount for Pioneer. They can't keep doing that and stay in the game.
Ava Knox was on the line when she threw it in, so it'll go back to Hoosac Valley here. Hoosac Valley can take the lead, their first lead of the game here. They find Garabedian. There's LeSure with a three-pointer. Just the front rims it, and Hoosac Valley gets the second shot. Slava from the corner, got it for 3. And there's a pushing foul underneath. I think it'll go. And it's going to go against Meswar, but the basket counts for 3, so Hoosac Valley will take the lead here, 6-4. Amy Slava, she's got 4 points now. And it's a 6-4 Hoosac Valley lead. 4:57 to go here in this first quarter.
A little confusion there about who was getting the ball.
Yeah. That Pioneer Valley back for Ava and Ella Knox. And that ball tipped away there by Shea. And they're going to call foul on the floor.
That's 2 fouls on Ava Knox.
Yeah, and I don't know how deep, of course, this is the first time we've seen Pioneer Valley, how deep Pioneer Valley goes in their bench.
Right, the Knox girls seem like they're the primary ball handlers here, so they can't afford to get out in foul trouble.
Oh, inbound pass to LaSure. She misses the bunny. Good inbounds play. And here comes Knox. That pass almost picked off. Stays with Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, Pioneer's showing some frustration, right? But you keep throwing those one-handed passes against Hoosac, and they're going to eat you up. That's what you want as a press. You want to see those kind of off-balance passes, and that plays right into the press's hands.
Good entry pass there. And here comes Slava. She's going to take it all the way to the basket and doesn't go. Around the rim. A little bit of a lid on that basket for Hoosac Valley. They've had some good scoring opportunity. And Meswar tips it. And here comes Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, Hoosac's definitely not getting the hometown roll here so far.
And Garabedian, nice rebound. LaSure is now going to set it up. Shea. Meswar for 3 from the corner. Count it! And that's what we were talking about, John. They're getting some scoring out of Emma Meswar, and with the rest of the game that she plays, makes her a tough player. There's a steal there by Meswar. Garabedian for the jumper. Doesn't go. There she is, Emma Meswar. And right off the bat there.
I think that was Shea.
You're right. I think it was. Hannah Shea.
But Meswar made the steal that set up the transition, and that's really what's, it's one. I mean, I think they're up to about 10 turnovers already in about 4.5 minutes.
Right. We got a timeout on the floor now with a score: Hoosac Valley 11 and Pioneer 4. And you're right, John. Hoosac Valley now on an 11-0 run. Pioneer jumped out and scored the first 4, but Hoosac Valley starting to settle in here.
Yeah, you can see that pressure starting to have an impact on the game. Pioneer players getting a little frustrated because Hoosac's relentless. They're going to keep coming at you with that pressure, and they turn the ball over, and they're coming at you right in transition as well. And early, the first couple of minutes, Pioneer was getting back, but now they're having a little bit of trouble matching that intensity. And when you turn the ball over, it's just going to be frustrating, right? You're not going to be feeling good about how you're playing when the ball's constantly going the other way, and that's what's kind of settled in right now. So it'll be interesting to see if Pioneer can make an adjustment against the pressure, but the one-handed passes are not working.
I'll tell you, John, I'm impressed with really this youthful Pioneer Valley team. They have some good size, some pretty good skills there. The Knox sisters handle the ball fairly well. Pretty impressive for a young team like this.
Very much so.
And this has got to be a great experience one way or another for them to play in this environment and in this kind of a game.
Exactly. Young team, very athletic, got some size. Certainly the potential is there.
Absolutely. Okay. Pioneer inbounds the ball. Knox brings it up. And that ball tipped away. And they find a great pass there and score it there on the inbounds for Kylie Schmidt. That's her first hoop. And she's got 2 points.
Yeah, good look right out of the timeout for Pioneer.
And Ashlyn LaSure is going to set the offense now for Hoosac Valley. And it looks like Pioneer now has kind of dropped back into a matchup man-to-man here.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to try to clog up the middle, and we know Hoosac won't be bashful to shoot from the three-point line given opportunities.
Right. Yeah, that's never been their problem, that's for sure. And they're trying to go to the box. And there is a set three-pointer, doesn't go. And there's Garabedian tough on the inside.
Great follow-up by Garabedian.
Yeah.
This nice composed finish there after a strong rebound.
And the ball tipped away. LaSure wheels the basket. Doesn't get it to go, and Garabedian hustling, ball on the floor. Pioneer comes away with it, and it's going to be tied up, and it will go over to Pioneer on the possession arrow.
Yeah, there's been some tough bounces for Hoosac in this first quarter. They got 13 points, but they could be having up in the 20s with a few more favorable home bounces there.
Exactly, you're right. And now Pioneer looking to break that press and get jammed up on the sideline, and it'll go over to Hoosac Valley. You don't want to get caught on that sideline against that press, John.
You dribble on the sideline just over half court, you're in trouble.
2:20 to go here in this first quarter. Hoosac Valley with the 7-point lead, 13-6. Messwar thought about it for a second, looked for Garabedian, didn't get it to go. And the ball knocked loose. Down the lane, score it! There, beautiful spinning move by Ava Knox. That's her second hoop.
She's tough going to the basket. She really has a variety of moves to try to get in the paint.
Long three-pointer, back rims it there for Shea, and Capiello comes away with it. Another shot by Capiello, doesn't go. The putback is blocked away and goes over to Pioneer.
It was Meswar right there, hands on the ball again with an offensive rebound.
Ava Knox working against that pressure now. With that left hand. Knox with the three-pointer. That one doesn't go. And a tough rebound in there by Capiello. Ahead to LaShore. Crossover dribble. Sets for the three-pointer. Doesn't go. And there's going to be a foul on the rebounding action. And that's going to go against Emma Meswar. I believe that's her second, John. Yeah, it is. So, and the second team foul on Hoosac Valley. Pioneer has 3. So Emma Meswar going to sit down. Abby Schlaba comes back into the game for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Pioneer's doing a better job the last couple of possessions, limiting Hoosac to one shot.
Ella Knox taking it to the basket, fires up, doesn't go. And Schlaba runs it down. Good hustle there by the senior. Ahead to Garabedian. Numbers for Hoosac Valley. Oh, nice look there for LaShore. Nice look by Garabedian.
Yeah, great job of seeing the floor by Taylor Garabedian there. Another steal.
Another steal and LaShore. Oh, nice pass inside. Returning the favor to Garabedian. Oh, that was a nice bounce pass.
And that's what you really see from this Hoosac team. They do a great job of finding each other and making the unselfish pass for an easier shot.
So Taylor Garabedian going to go to the line now. And she's going to shoot a pair. With 38 seconds to go here in this first quarter. And a first one. That was a friendly roll.
That's a better roll right there. I guess it's a makeup for the other ones.
Right. You're right. Second one is good as well. 2 in a row there for Garabedian. She's got 4 points, and it's 17-8 with 38 seconds to go in this opening period. Oh, right to Garabedian. Shot doesn't go. And here comes Pioneer. They got some numbers. Sadie Keegan, the freshman, gets it out. Down the lane and score it. Nice basket there by Elia Sanders. And it's 17-10 here with 10 seconds to go. Schlaba thought about it for a minute, finds Garabedian on the block and scores it. That's a beautiful pass by Schlaba to Garabedian. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Hoosac Valley. The score, Hoosac Valley 19 and Pioneer Christian 10. And really an up and down first quarter, back and forth between these two teams, John.
Yeah, both teams want to get out and run. The Pioneer turnovers are certainly leading to more transition opportunities for Hoosac. And I'm sure if there's one thing Coach Frederick's saying to his team now, we got to finish better. They've had chances to score and haven't always taken advantage of those opportunities. And I think that's something that in the second quarter, Hoosac's going to look to take better shots and stronger finishes to extend their lead off of the turnovers.
And the winner of this one here is semifinal gets the winner of Pioneer and Munson. That's the other semifinal, Pioneer Valley and Munson. Munson is the 7th ranked team in Division 5 in Western Mass. Pioneer Valley number 13. So that's a battle of two highly ranked teams.
That's interesting. Another one of those strength of schedule is Pioneer Valley is 14-5, ranked 13th, and Munson's 8-10, ranked 7th. So
Right.
definitely this is a system that rewards playing a strong schedule.
So Hoosac Valley, they'll inbound the ball. Marin Capiello will inbound it to LaSure. Ball stolen away there by Pioneer. And they're going to call foul from behind on the action. And I believe that'll go against Marin Capiello. It will, and it's going to put at the line Brooke Begsa, just an 8th grader. And she makes it. So continue with these young players.
Yeah, there's no fear by these Pioneer players. They're competing. They're creating their own turnovers and using them to get in a transition themselves. And Begsa knocks down 2.
19-12, Hoosac Valley here. Opening moments of this second quarter. Slavo on the baseline. Her shot goes. Nice power move there.
Strong start for Abby Schlaba this game with 6 points.
And a violation on the inbounds. So
That's what you need from some player like Schlaba, too. As a senior stepping up, you're playing at 5:30, you're not usual time to play. You need to come out and, make your own noise in this game, and she's doing a great job of that.
Right. Inbound there to Capiello, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. And okay. Inbounds, nice play, doesn't go. They've had some bunnies they haven't been able to convert. And a strong rebound there. And here comes Pioneer Valley. They look to run at every opportunity. And Schlabach clears it away. Ahead to LaSure. Ball knocked away. Quick hands, good hands as you said. And stolen back by Hoosac.
Yeah, Beggs does a nice job in that side of the zone getting some steals.
And LaSure now going to back it away. Down again along the baseline. Shot blocked.
One thing with Pioneer too, with both with Keegan and Schmidt, they got some good size,
Absolutely.
some good length in there, which is bothering some of these Hoosac shots.
No question about it. And there's a three-pointer. Doesn't go there for Shea.
Nice job boxing out by Pioneer.
And here comes Knox. They move that ball down the court. Score it there. Nice jumper there, Begsa. That's
6 points for the 8th grader.
And they're going to call travel, and it goes over to Pioneer. Hoosac Valley leads 21-14, 6:13 to go here in this first half. And Pioneer hanging with them.
That's what you want if you're Pioneer. The longer you stay in this game, the more your confidence builds that you can do some damage here.
Knox ahead, wasn't looking for the pass, and it goes over to Hoosac Valley. Schlaba ahead. Oh, in, nice, beautiful pass. Doesn't get it to go. That was a beauty there by Shea. And here comes Pioneer. You said, John, Hoosac Valley's had some opportunities. They have not been able to convert.
They certainly have. I mean, I would say they've missed at least 10 shots in the paint today, and just shots that they usually make. But also a few of those have been intimidated and blocked by the taller length of Pioneer.
Right. Oh, bat stolen away there by Shea. Slava doesn't get hit to go. And the ball is tipped out of bounds and will go back to Pioneer. So we're kind of stuck at 21-14 here with 5:38 to go in this first half. Western Mass Class D semifinal, and into the game for Hoosac Valley. Reagan Shea, the freshman. So Reagan and Hannah Shea are out there as the sisters. Shot goes for Sadie Keegan, and that's her second bucket of the game. 21-16, Hoosac Valley.
You know, we talked about Pioneer having some trouble with the turnovers, but they break the press. They've had some pretty good success at scoring. Just got to take care of the ball a little better.
And there is Ashore. Her shot doesn't go, but the rebound is good for Hannah Shea. I'm sorry, that was Haley McNeese. Pass was tipped by Garabedian. Whoa, and they're going to call an offensive foul there.
Yep. That's a good call.
On Ella Knox, who kind of pushed off there. So the ball turns over to Hoosac Valley. And
that's what the pressure does sometimes. It builds some frustration. You know, it tries to clear out some space, and
yes,
you're going to get caught doing that in the open court. It was a big play by Haley McNeese on the offensive rebound, too, because Hoosac got reeling a little bit after a couple of baskets for Pioneer, and it gets the lead back up to 7 points.
And there is Donald Shea down the line. Doesn't go. The putback by Garabedian. And fouled there by the freshman, Sadie Keegan. That's a tough physical matchup for the freshman, John.
Yeah, Garabedian as a senior, you know, is a little stronger physically, doesn't have quite the length that Keegan has, but she knows how to use her body and get position inside, and she did a great job of it there.
And back rims it.
You can see that frustration building a little bit for Hoosac now, too, with some of the shots that just aren't falling for them, and they got to play through that and get their momentum back.
And there was a violation there, but they're going to let it go because she made the shot. So gets 1 of 2. Garabedian, she now has 7 points, and she leads. And there's a good pass there, and it doesn't get that bunny to go. Tied up underneath. Ball snapped away. Here comes Hoosac Valley. Ahead to LaSure. She's going to try to take it all the way to the basket, and she's fouled.
That's the third foul.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one if that goes against Ava Knox. And once again, those turnovers, John, don't lead to anything good, that's for sure.
They put you in defensive position trying to get back in transition. That's what happened. Knox was trailing a little bit there, tried to get the block.
And
but realistically, they need to leave her in the game to handle the ball against this pressure.
Right. Sure gets 1 of 2. And she's got 5 points now. Knox, as you said, she handles the ball well, Knox. They need her in there. And that pass stolen away there by Shea. Ahead to Garabedian again. And step back. Doesn't go. And Hannah Shea. 25-16, and you say, John, a little bit of frustration there. Hoosac Valley's had opportunities.
Yeah, you can hear it, not just on the court, but in the crowd, too. They're just kind of not used to having those shots not fall, and just got to keep playing through it.
And Knox splits the double team. And Sadie Keegan will bring it outside. Knox short on the three-pointer. And there's Garabedian. Looks ahead to Shea. And She's fouled. She loses the ball. I'm sorry, on the turnover. So it goes over to Pioneer. With 3:41 to go in the first half. It's Hoosac Valley 25 and Pioneer Valley 16. And Sadie Keegan's going to work up against this pressure. Score a pass. They break that press well, and they score it in the Kylie Schmidt. Nice press break there by Pioneer Valley.
Yeah, the times when they've used their height to throw over the press, they've been very successful. They get into trouble when they try to dribble against it.
And set shot goes there. And they got it for 3, I believe.
Another big basket by McNeese.
Yep. And they gave her a 3-pointer, so it's 28-18. Hoosac Valley, like you say, and a tip away. Ahead to LaSure on the breakout, and she'll lay it in. And that's a big chain of events right there, John. And Pioneer Valley's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think the frustration has moved over to the Pioneer side now with the turnovers. And I think, you have a Berkshire crew here fishing. They're going to let you play a little bit with some contact with the body, and that's what's happening on the pressure there. You got to play through that contact.
Tonight's high school basketball action is brought to you courtesy of Northern Berkshire Community Television, channel 1302. We want to thank our producer, camera person, Peter Gentile, tonight for putting this broadcast together. Northern Berkshire Community Television bringing you high school basketball action. And we got a second game here tonight, which we'll also be bringing to you, and that is the boys matchup in Division D. The number 1 seeded Hoosac Valley Hurricanes will take on Munson, who comes in as the 4 seed.
It's going to be an important 2:53 here for Pioneer. Down 12. Things are kind of going against them the last minute or two. Can they hang in there and keep this a ball game at halftime?
That's a good point, John. The momentum now starting to swing a little bit to Hoosac Valley.
Yeah, the pressure's starting to have an impact and leading to baskets, more importantly, for Hoosac.
So, Reagan Shea, the freshman, on the top of that press. Over the top. Good hustle by Garabedian. And there's that size underneath for Pioneer. Ball saved by Garabedian.
Great hustle by Garabedian.
Ahead to Reagan Shea. Garabedian will take a 3-pointer.
Yeah, reward her with the shot.
Yep. And Hannah Shea kicks it out. Oh, nice pass there and score it.
Great pass by LaSure to Shea.
Yeah, it was. She makes so much happen offensively for Hoosac Valley. And there's press break. Oh, missed the bunny. And here comes Hoosac Valley again. Ahead to Reagan Shea. Garabedian. 3-pointer for LaSure.
Now the shots are falling.
Ashlyn LaSure. Ahead on the press break. And they're going to call a foul on that one. And that's going to put Kylie Schmidt, the junior, on the line for Pioneer Valley. But Hoosac Valley now has exploded to a 17-point lead. They lead 35-18.
Right, basketball is such a game of confidence and runs, and that's what Hoosac's on right now. They've started to make a couple baskets. You can see the 3-pointers are flowing. They're doing a great job of cutting through the middle to the basket, and they always find the open player.
And Schmidt now gets another one. And she missed them both. And those are big. You need to get those. Here comes.
Got to make a free throw, especially on the road.
Shea into the front court. Her shot doesn't go. And they're going to call a foul on the rebounding action against Shea.
Both teams have 4 fouls, which means they'll both be shooting from now on.
Minute 45 to go in this first half. Danger time here for Pioneer. They trail by 17. And there's a turnover, and that's not what they need. That's for sure.
They had the player open, just a little lack of patience there.
And here comes the Sure. She set the offense. And there's a step back jumper, short. Rebounding action. Oh, stays with Hoosac Valley. Another setback. And go! Oh, 3, Marin Capiello.
Bringing rain with that shot. That was a high arcing shot. Nice
Oh,
steal by
steal
Garabedian.
by Garabedian. Oh, that's a big steal there. With a minute 6 and another steal. To LaShore, score, and now Hoosac Valley is really starting to open it up. On that press with Garabedian on top. And a steal again. Head to LaShore. It's going to take it to the hole and score it again. And a big turn of events and a timeout here with 42 seconds to go. And Hoosac Valley has opened up a big lead here, 44-18. And just like that, John, it's just swung. And as you have pointed out so many times, that Pioneer, they've got to take care of that basketball and get as many shots and not turn over the ball and for easy shots.
Right, and that's what's really led into this run for Hoosac. There's a turnovers. Ashland LaShore has done a great job of taking advantage of that. She has 14 points already in the game and has really dominated the last couple minutes of this basketball game, both with a three-point shot and several leak-outs in transition after turnovers. She and Garabedian are dominating the game at the front of that press.
42 seconds to go in this first half. Hoosac Valley has exploded to a 44-18 lead, and this is a very tight game through the first quarter and into the second quarter, and all of a sudden, just like that, Hoosac Valley, courtesy of their defense turning into offense, has opened up a 26-point lead here on this young Pioneer Valley team. But you can see, John, this is such a young team for Pioneer Valley. They have a lot to look forward to in this future.
Bunch of talented freshmen. An eighth grader that's got ever down for 6 points tonight. Right. I mean, they're playing and competing, and the future is very bright for their program.
Okay, Knox into the front court. Looking for Knox. Down the lane, her shot blocked by Garabedian. Head to LaShore. Takes that one fake.
Hoosac's doing a great job now of attacking and transition and making it count.
Ashland LaShore has 18 points here in this first half, just like that. And the ball will go back over to Hoosac Valley. With 10 seconds to go, they can have the last shot here of this first half.
This is the kind of thing you can work on in these games now for Hoosac. How do you get what shot do you get at 10 seconds to make sure you make it a quality opportunity?
And from the corner, that's as quality as it gets.
That's quality right there, Hannah Shea.
Hannah Shea, she kind of threw that ball up there, and just like that, Hoosac Valley on a big run here to close out this first half. They're going to go to the locker room here, and they lead it 49-18.
At one point, it was 23-16. So it was a 26-2 run to end the first half. Pretty impressive basketball by Hoosac that last 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Right. All right, we're going to take a break here at Hoosac Valley High School. We're going to be back for our second half action. We'll recap the scoring in the first half. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back here at Hoosac Valley at halftime in this Class D semifinal matchup between Hoosac Valley and Pioneer Valley Christian. The score at halftime, Hoosac 49 and Pioneer Valley 18. Will run down the scoring. For Pioneer Valley, Aaliyah Sanders had 2 points. Ava Knox had 4. Brooks Begza 6. Sadie Keegan had 4. And Kylie Schmidt had 4 for a total of 18. For Hoosac Valley, Marin Capiello had 3. Hannah Shea had 7. Emma Meswar, who was in foul trouble, had 3. Haley McNeese had 5. Ashland LaShore had a huge first half with 18. Abby Schlava with 6. And Taylor Garabedian, the senior forward, had 9 and for 49. And John, we commented there was a point in this game in the second quarter where the score was 28. I think it was 23-16.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that was a point where Hoosac was feeling a little frustrated. Their shots weren't falling. They were turning the ball over against some of the Pioneers' half-court pressure, and all of a sudden at that point, Hoosac's defense really kicked in with more turnovers, and they start finishing. And once you start finishing, it's like the tidal wave is kind of opened up on Pioneer, and it led to more baskets, more scores, and you can see that last shot by Hannah Shea. The confidence was flowing, and the three-pointers are falling, and everything was flowing their way. 26-2 in about 4 minutes is darn impressive by Hoosac, and that's the kind of ball they want to play in the tournament.
Right, and again, we commented this is a very young Pioneer team, and you can see the physical difference between Hoosac Valley, a senior-oriented team, a lot of experience, and they're tough matchup physically for most teams.
Right, and you would think that Hoosac in the second half is going to want to work on some things now. They got, obviously, I would say they punched their ticket to the finals here. Now you got to work on being prepared for that next game and the state tournament coming up right behind it.
That's right. And Pioneer now will inbound the ball to start this second half. And the Knox sisters in the backcourt for Pioneer. Ava to Ella. Here's Ava down the line. Her shot does not go, and a rebounding action there. They're going to call Sadie Keegan, the freshman, over the back on the foul. And that's her second foul.
Another strong rebound for Taylor Garabedian. She really goes up with two hands and makes sure she secures the basketball every time.
And that means a lot in basketball. They're able to control the ball. They avoid a lot of tie-ups.
It does, because Hoosac's not the tallest team. They're strong physically, and it's important that Garabedian is rebounding inside for them.
And Garabedian, nice work there. Meswar to Garabedian to get this second half started.
More strong passing against that zone by Hoosac. They really move the ball very well to get open shots.
And Garabedian now has 11 points. And nice entry pass knocked away. And here comes Shea ahead to LaShore. And she misses the bunny. Continuing to press. And here comes Knox. And the pass is tipped away. And it'll stay with Pioneer here. 6:55 to go in opening moments of this third quarter.
What's interesting, as much as Coach Frederick looks like he wants his team to come back and play a 2-3 zone in the second half, it's just in their nature to press. So if the rebound comes off, they're ready to go and get their hands on the ball, and that's part of what their success is, obviously, a big part of their success.
Ahead to LaShore. She'll lay it in. She's got 20 points now.
Big game for Ashlyn LaShore. Yeah. She's done a great job in transition finishing.
Yeah, they're getting the ball out ahead. They're looking to run when they can. As does Pioneer Valley, they look to run whenever they have the chance. Knox with the setback. Does it go? Nice, strong rebound in there, and there's going to be a foul on the play. So some good rebounding action in there by Pioneer.
Yeah, Leah Sanders, another freshman for Pioneer with a strong offensive rebound.
Right. And she'll go to the line and shoot a pair. And it's missed them both. And sure, straight to the basket, and she's fouled there by Keegan. And I think that may be 3 on Keegan. Sure will go to the line and shoot a pair.
Yeah, I believe Pioneer's got 3 players with 3 fouls, with Keegan and both Knox girls have 3 fouls.
Right. And that shot goes in and out. Ashlyn is 3 for 5 from the line tonight. And she gets a second one.
It's unusual to say this about a team with 54 points, 6 minutes left in the third quarter, but except for that 4-minute blitz in the second quarter, Hoosac's had some tough shooting luck tonight, really.
That's exactly right, John. I couldn't agree with you more. It was just that 4-minute blitz here that changed this entire basketball game. And a shot running in and out. There's the putback. Good basket there by Sadie Keegan, the freshman. And she has 6 points now. That's where on the baseline. Doesn't get her jumper to go. 54-20. Hoosac Valley here with a big lead. And they're looking on the baseline. That shot doesn't go.
That'll be interesting for Pioneer going next year. Do Schmidt and Keegan get stronger? Because they definitely have the length and athleticism. It's got to get a little bit stronger inside to play against a team like Hoosac with that physical strength.
Right. On the turnover, the ball will go back to Pioneer here.
That's one of the things about basketball. It's a physical game. It's definitely a game you have to play through contact to be successful in.
Exactly. You're going to get bumped. Clear shot there. Doesn't go.
It was a good example. Gary Beating gets 2 hands on the ball and it's not going anywhere.
Right. And to LaShore on the missed shot there. And here comes Pioneer. They're looking to run. They get it ahead to Knox. Strong to the basket. And this shot doesn't go. Here comes Schlaba. She finds LaShore. Drop down to Meswar. Very unselfish play there. And Emma Meswar has 5 points now.
It's a great, and that's what Hoosac does. They're very unselfish. They find the open player, and every single player goes out there does that.
And they're going to call a travel there or not. So, into the game now. Brooke Biggs. 4:29 to go here in this third quarter. Hoosac Valley has really opened up a 36-point lead, 56-20. And sure now. Meswar from the corner. Doesn't get it to go. And now Pioneer Valley. Looking to set up. Knox. Thought about it there and tried to drop it off to Keegan.
It's one of those times you run a little bounce pass there against the zone. You got a ball fake up, throw the bounce pass slow to get away from those hands.
Right. Hoosac Valley now going to set this offense. Pioneer Valley in a zone. Saba. There's a step back. Around and in and doesn't go almost. Shore thought about it for a minute. Schlaba down the baseline. Score it! And Hoosac Valley really, John, getting pretty much any shot they want here.
Yeah, they're doing a good job being patient, moving the basketball, and you're absolutely right, Tim. They want a good shot. They just got to be patient, and they'll get it.
Schlaba looking to run ahead to Meswar. Throws it up and in. Emma Meswar. Hoosac Valley is running here. 3:09 to go in this third quarter. They've got the big lead here, 60-20. And a ball thrown away. Meswar, Shore misses it. And Meswar on the foul, cleaning it up.
Who's adjusted a little bit the last couple minutes into a more of a 1-3-1 or a 1-2-2, a little more of a trap on their half-court defense.
Right. And there's a foul. That's going to be out front on Emma Meswar. That's her third foul. And now checking in to the action for Hoosac Valley. Maren Capiello, Reagan Shea, and Haley McNeese. And there's a timeout on the floor. And 2:40 to go here in this third quarter. And this game has been blown open. And we said, if you're just joining us, this was a really competitive game till about 5 minutes to go in the first half. And Hoosac Valley went on a big run.
Yeah, 23-16. We were commenting on this frustration that Hoosac seemed to be feeling at that point, but their defense really turned into some offense, and since that point, it's 39-4 run, and that's it continues, and that momentum is just they're feeling it with their shots. The defense is more of a half-court defense now, but it's still making turnovers happen to lead to transition for them. So that's what Coach Frederick, I think, is trying to work on here. Work on some things that you need to do to be successful moving down the road.
Well, Hoosac Valley comes into this game. This is the final game for ranking purposes in the state tournament. Hoosac Valley, number 5 in the state. Pioneer Valley Christian, number 21. And it'll be interesting to see where everybody ends up here. This is it, the final game. The first 20 games are the ones that count. The championship of the Western Mass tournament does not factor into it. So it'll be interesting to see where everybody plays. An interesting game tonight. Also, tomorrow, Greenfield and Drury are going to play each other in a game, I believe, tomorrow night. And those are the 14th and 15th ranked teams in Division 5.
Well, that should be interesting.
Yes. And a shot. Doesn't go. And it goes over to Hoosac Valley.
On a completely unrelated note, I don't see Munson boys team here yet. And it's like
well,
it's 6:30 and the games will start at 7:15. So
yeah, well,
just saying.
All right. Yeah. Hoosac Valley working the ball. Meswar up and under, goes! Oh, Dipsy Doodle for Emma Meswar.
Nice finish by Emma Meswar. She had 3 at the half and was salved some foul trouble, and she's got 8 quick points here in the third quarter.
64-20. Long three-pointer. Doesn't go by Knox. A minute 55 to go. Okay, Reagan Shea now going to run the offense for Hoosac Valley, the freshman. And Capiello from the corner, doesn't go. Here comes Knox, breaks it out. Going to take it coast to coast. And nice reverse layup there.
Nice finish by Ava Knox.
Ava Knox.
Nice job using her body to shield the defender.
Capiello. Hoosac Valley moving the ball well. Good shot there by Garabini. Doesn't go. And here comes Pioneer. Knox hard to the basket. Throws it up. Doesn't go. The putback does not go. And here comes Hoosac Valley again. Garabedian. Doesn't get that shot to go. Emma Meswar. No question, John, she's really improved her offensive game, it seems, from the early part of the season.
Yeah, you can see from when I haven't seen her probably about a month, and she's playing with a ton of confidence offensively, really catching the ball ready to shoot and knocking down shots from 15 feet in. Actually made a three-pointer earlier in the game, so from all over the court, she's ready to score.
She does all the other stuff, and with that offensive improvement, she is a really top-notch player.
Right, she gets those hustle and physical points, but she's also shooting and scoring like a scorer.
Exactly. And Capiello gets the rebound in traffic. Capiello. Nothing on that one.
You know, you see that a lot from, for example, Meswar. You know, that jump from sophomore to junior year is usually a time when players make that big leap in their ability, and she's a perfect example of that. She was a good, solid bench player for them last year, and now she's matured into one of their leading scorers.
Knox can't find an opening. Oh, nice move, swing it to the basket, score it there for Sadie Keegan. She's got 8 points at the buzzer here as we close out this third quarter of action, and the score after 3 is Hoosac Valley 66 and Hoosac Valley 66, Pioneer Valley 24, and just a freshman. That was a nice move to the basket.
Yeah, 8 points for Keegan. That was a nice take to the basket, good composure, and she finished strong. we'll keep saying, I mean, this game with all these freshmen and 8th graders playing for Pioneer is only going to benefit them. You play better competition, you're going to get better.
As a coach, John, you probably were confronted with this. You get a chance. It's a good measuring stick for a young squad.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, during my 11 years at Drury, we rolled over obviously some talented senior classes, and next year you come in and you still want to keep playing those tough teams. You don't want to take it easy because you got young players. You want to go out and play the best competition you can to challenge your players and show them. You have the potential to be successful, but here's what you have to do to get to the next level. And this is a perfect example of that type of mentality here for Pioneer. They've had a great season, 18-0, playing against one of the premier programs in the state for the last 10 years in Hoosac, and this shows them what they need to do. And the biggest thing I would say right now is they have to get stronger, physically stronger. And that's a key factor in being successful against the best teams in basketball.
And, of course, some of that getting physically stronger comes with age as well. You can't make your players older. They will mature, and bright future without question for Pioneer Valley.
We always said basketball is a sport that you can't show up and play on a Monday after Thanksgiving. You got to work on your skills, work on getting stronger, and do all the things that can make you successful throughout the year.
Okay, now into the ball game for Hoosac Valley is Alana Luciano, number 33, a sophomore. That shot doesn't go. And rebound out of there by McNeese. Luciano with that nice jumper. Got a nice form. The sophomore did not go there. And Pioneer Valley with the rebound.
Yeah, it was a nice look from the free throw line. Shot it with confidence.
Dangerous pass there, almost picked off. And ball into the backcourt. And they're going to call a backcourt violation on Pioneer.
Coach Frank doing a nice job there, coaching his younger players, helping them to understand what it takes to be successful.
Oh, in and out there on that three-pointer by Shea. And they're going to call a foul there on the floor, I believe. That's going to go on the block. I think that's going to go against Haley McNeese.
Oh, McNeese, okay.
Yeah, looks like, that's her first foul. Pioneer will inbound here. There's that size on the inside for Pioneer. Ball taken away by Capiello. And the ball will go over to Pioneer. .6:22 to go in this ball game. Hoosac Valley firmly in control, 66-24.
It's a good move by Keegan inside, just couldn't get the fall.
Right. She's shown some real nice footwork on the inside. There's Shea. Her shot doesn't go. Yeah, the rebound there. Meswar steps back for three. Emma Meswar. And boy, she's had a big second half after sitting out most of the first half with foul trouble.
I guess so. 13 of her 16 points in the second half.
Right. And it's 69-24 Hoosac Valley. And ball on the floor. And Hoosac Valley comes away with it. 5:33 to go here in this one. Been all Hoosac Valley since midway in that second quarter when they went on a huge run. Luciano, score it! Aaliyah Luciano with the turnaround jumper and the foul. I like her form, John. She has a nice shooting form.
Yeah, she reaches up and finishes every time. That's a good-looking shot by Luciano.
Very good-looking shot. And she's got a chance now to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And she does. She rolls it home.
Yeah, it'd be a good chance here in those last 5 minutes for Hoosac, some of the younger players in. They got number 24, Isabella Close, in the game now.
To the basket, and Isabella is going to be called with the foul. It's going to be a shooting foul.
She's in the scorebook. She's got a foul.
The 8th grader, Brooks Beckstead, goes to the line and going to shoot a pair for Pioneer.
Could I have your attention, please? Could the Munson boys basketball team please report to the Hoosac Valley High School gym?
Let's say, if you ruin our plans to get out of here at a reasonable time tonight.
I know, exactly. But there's always something, isn't there?
Of course. My wife would say it's always overtime.
Exactly. And there's a three-pointer there by McNeese. And that's her second three-pointer of the game. Everybody getting in the act here for Hoosac Valley. And that's one thing about Hoosac Valley. Everyone will take that three-point shot.
Yeah, they put, no matter what the lineup is, they have 5 players that can score. And they have great depth, and the players that come off the bench can also put the ball in the hoop, as evidenced by McNeese with 8 points tonight. You got Capella with a 3. It's just Luciano's got 3.
And here come 2 8th graders, John, for Hoosac Valley.
I'm surprised Mesmore is still there.
Yeah. Sophia Wilson and Genevieve Legess, 2 8th graders for Hoosac Valley, number 15 and number 5, checking into the game here.
Because you're just one of these things at this point. You're going to get out of this game healthy right now. Games, work on some things, stay healthy, and advance.
Exactly. There's a jumper from the corner. Doesn't go. The putback. Around and out. No luck there. And there's Meswar.
Another rebound for Meswar.
Right. Thought about it for a minute. There's a set shot. Doesn't go. And it heads back to Pioneer. Sophia Wilson, she's a tall girl for an 8th grader, John.
Yeah, she's impressive looking athletically. We were watching her in warm-ups, and she does some really good things with the basketball.
And tipped away by Luciano. Crossover dribble.
Nice ball handling skills.
Through the legs. And just on the lane. And she's going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
It's a nice move by the 8th grader. Good ball fake and drive to the basket. Get to the line. Nice job.
How about that ball handling by Alana Luciano?
Yeah, good crossover, going to the legs. I mean, playing with some confidence.
All right.
Hey, get your chance. You got to make an impression.
You got it. Oh, absolutely. All right, Jess. We'll get one more. And she gets it to go, so she's in the scoring column. Genevieve Legess, 3:50 to go in this one. Yes. Hoosac Valley has emptied their bench. Pioneer Valley is going to call a timeout here with 3:46 to go, and it's all Hoosac Valley now. So Hoosac Valley will play in the Class D championship on Saturday. The winner of the Pioneer Valley Munson game. And my recollection on that is that Hoosac Valley has played them.
I know they beat Munson earlier.
Right, they played them earlier in the year. And just looking at that will go on. Sometimes it's hard to They get it, but I always have difficulty on this through the wonders of the internet, but
Yeah, I don't get good service in this gymnasium, I can tell you that.
no, I agree with you 100%. And we're back in action here, Knox. Both teams here, one of their best. There's the jumper, doesn't go. And here comes Quinto. Genevieve Quinto, an 8th grader. So Hoosac Valley has 3 8th graders out there right now.
Freshman and a sophomore.
Freshman and a sophomore.
Yeah, great experience. You get the 8th graders in some
Absolutely.
tournament games. This is really an important moment for these players to get some experience.
Absolutely right. Couldn't agree with you more.
And really, they're out there competing against almost the starting 5 of Pioneer.
Wilson, step back, roll it in there for Sadie Keegan. She's got 10 points now. In double figures to lead Pioneer Valley. She's been impressive.
Yeah, she's a freshman, 10
Yep.
points. That's an impressive basketball game. He's got a bunch of rebounds,
There's
too.
Smith for the 3. 3, boy! They're going to call it 2 if what was on the line. Nice shot there by Sophia Wilson. And she's in the scoring column for Hoosac Valley.
Got 10 players in the scoring column for Hoosac.
Yep. Knox, step back, long 3-pointer, doesn't go. And Pioneer Valley will clear that rebound, taken away there.
Nice steal by Close.
Yep.
Good strong hands.
Gets ahead to Wilson. And that pass is picked off. Here comes Wilson, and they're going to call her with the foul.
That was a pretty good block there.
Yeah, it looked like it. But
Well, I thought she did a nice job of just keeping her hands straight up
Yeah.
and going and keeping
yeah,
her body
she did,
straight.
Yeah,
that was
she
good.
didn't reach in at all. You know, it was kind of, well, in any event, not much you can complain about at this point if you're Hoosac Valley.
Just a good job for a young player of using their length to
Right.
get in the way
Right.
of not getting a layup. No layups.
And still no sign of that Munson
I
team.
tell you, I don't see him.
They might just get right off the buses.
You couldn't ask for a better night to travel either. I mean, the weather's nice.
I know.
It's-
I know. $2:15 to go in this game here. And Quinto. This is the dribble. Ball on the floor. Tied up by LaJess. And a possession arrow favors Pioneer. And as you said, John, it's a great opportunity for younger players for Hoosac Valley to get out there on the floor.
Yeah, they're out there competing. They're not backing out. We talked about the Pioneer players playing against the older Hoosac starting 5, veteran team early, and these younger players for Hoosac are stepping right in and playing well in these last few minutes of the game.
Right. Shot doesn't go. Close again. Knox doesn't get that one to go, and it will stay with Pioneer here. And some substitutions for Pioneer with 1:38 to go. And hopefully following this game, we'll have some interviews with some members of the Lady Hurricanes. Long 3-pointer. Boy, that looked like it had a chance there.
It did look good.
That was NBA range. And close into the front court. Down the lane all the way. And it's foul. It's going to shoot a pair. Kind of Red Sea opened up there. And she just took it all the way to the basket.
Yeah, nice try by Isabella Close.
Yeah.
Good strong move.
So you got three 8th graders, a freshman and a sophomore out there for Hoosac Valley. And Isabella close.
That's kind of the new world of, high schools now. Most of them are 7 through 12, so you're getting the junior high kids are getting a chance to play JV and varsity basketball at a younger age, and it pays off in the long run.
She made them both. 2 for 2 there for Isabella Close. And we're approaching the 1 minute mark of this one. And they're going to call a foul out on front against LaJess on the reach. And that's going to put Brooks Begsa on the line for a pair for Pioneer. As Hoosac Valley over the limit there with 5 team fouls. So 2 shots the rest of the way here for Pioneer.
I think all the kids that have played for Hoosac Valley tonight, the one who hasn't scored yet is number 3, Genevieve Quinto. Got to get her a good look next time. And really good balance by the Hoosac girls tonight.
Yeah, you just said, John, they put 5 players on the floor pretty much at all times that can score the basketball.
Yeah, then it makes you hard to guard. You can't just say, you can take away 1 or 2 players because the other 3 will make you pay for that. So they really have good balance, good scoring, and they're a very difficult team to defend.
Shot there, it doesn't go, and Luciano with a rebound to Close. We're under a minute to go in this one. And there's Close to the line. Strong move to the basket. Isabella Close.
4 quick points for Close.
Yep. Down the lane, nice goes. And there's Smith with the rebound. Ahead to LaJess.
Got her.
Yep, got Quinto.
Go to the hoop.
And for 3.
Wow.
What can you say? I'll tell you they're not in any way shy about taking the 3-pointer.
9th 3 that I have for Hoosac.
Right. And round the in and out, and Luciano, and that's going to do it here for Hoosac Valley as they come away with a really impressive wire win here, 85-28, in a game that doesn't belie how close these 2 teams played until about midway through that second quarter, John.
Yeah, Pioneer for a young team did a great job in the first quarter into the second quarter of staying right there, 23-16, about halfway through the halfway through the second quarter, and then Hoosac just blitzed them with a 26-2 run to end the half and put the game out of reach.
Okay, the final score there was 85-27, I believe. We'll tally it up. Hoosac Valley has punched their ticket to the Class D championship game on Saturday at a site to be determined. We believe it'll be either in Westfield or at Holyoke Community College, and you'll have to stay tuned for that. They're going to make the announcement, I believe, on that tomorrow. So if you're interested in that game, you want to check your local papers or the internet to find out where they're going to play that game. It'll either be at Westfield or Holyoke Community College.
Hey, good news, Munson is here, so that's
Hey, we might get this game going.
I know there's 3 people right here that are very happy about that.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a break here now. We're going to be back to recap our first game between Hoosac Valley and Pioneer Christian. Hoosac Valley with the win. They advance now to the Class D Western Mass Championship game on Saturday. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're with head coach John Frederick and Abby Slaba, senior for Hoosac Valley. And Coach, I'll tell you, the score doesn't belie how this game was until about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, typical Hoosac girls basketball. We came out a little flat there at the beginning. I think we missed 5-6 easy layups. They got on the board there, nice little, 4 or 5-0 to start the game, I think. And we had to have a wake-up call, and the girls responded. We started to press them. They ran out a little bit of gas, and I don't know what that run was that we went on, but it was a good one.
It was, I think it was like a 23 or 25 point run there at one point. The game was at one point 23 to 16, and bingo, away you went.
Yeah. We, again, we could see they were getting a little winded. And we've been running the ball quite a bit of practice, so our girls are ready for it, and hopefully we can just keep it up and get our legs back under enough for Saturday.
Abby, you've been here before. Yeah. You're back to the Western Mass Championship again. Your team, we commented during the telecast, this is an experienced team. You've kind of seen it all. Yeah. Whether it's a defense or offense that the other team is running against you. You guys are pretty experienced.
Yeah, we faced a lot of good competition during the regular season, like Wacona and South Hadley, so I think we had a lot of good games to prepare us for the postseason.
We commented, Coach, during the broadcast, and Abby, that Hoosac Valley has really established a trademark here, a very, very unselfish team.
Yeah, I think we try to move the ball around a lot and look for the best shot.
Coach, it doesn't get any easier. You're going to potentially face a team you played in earlier in the season in Munson and Pioneer Valley you haven't seen, but that should be, whoever you play should be a good matchup.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, we saw Pioneer Valley, I think, last year in the States. I'm not sure what round it was. They gave us a little bit of a headache last year. Munson always seems to be a headache for us. But again, it's that dreaded 3 games. Can you beat them 3 times in a season? I hope. Do I want to see Pioneer Valley? I'm not sure. So, but yeah, either way, it should be a good one.
Well, we want to wish you guys the best of luck. We'll be there on Saturday to broadcast the game. Abby, best of luck in the Western Mass Championship and, of course, in the MIA State Tournament, which is going to be coming up sooner that in next week. Yep. So best of luck to both of you. Good luck, and we'll be following you down the road. Coach, Abby, best of luck. Thank you. Abby Slaba and head coach John Frederick.
Thanks.
Thank you. And the final score here in this Class D semifinal matchup between Hoosac Valley Pioneer was Hoosac Valley 85 and Pioneer 29. We're going to wrap up the scoring here for Pioneer. Aaliyah Sanders had 2 points. Ava Knox had 4. Ava Knox had 6. Brooks Begsa had 6. Sadie Keegan had 10. And Kylie Schmidt had 4 points. Lisa Delgado with 1 point for a total of 29 for Hoosac Valley. They were let out of the box there by their junior guard, Ashley LaSure, who had 19. Emma Meswar, who sat out most of the first half with foul trouble, had 16. Taylor Garabedian with 11. Hannah Shea had 7. Haley McNeese had 8. Abby Schlaba, who we just finished interviewing, had 8. Isabella Close with 4. Alana Luciano with 3. Marion Capiello with 3. And Genevieve Legesse with 3 points. An impressive performance by Hoosac Valley, but as we commented during the broadcast, this was a very competitive game and close till midway in the second quarter when Hoosac Valley turned on the Jets and came away with the victory. So they'll advance now to the Class D Western Mass Championship game on Saturday, and they'll play the winner of the Pioneer Valley Munson game. We're going to stand by now. We've got semifinal action in the Class D boys action. We're going to be covering that game in just a moment, and we'll be back with that game between Hoosac Valley and Munson in just a minute.